Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I am a teeny bit delayed on my energy reading. It is Sunday, currently around 5 p.m. I just spent the day with my mom. She was rushed to the hospital recently with congestive heart failure. She also has cancer in her reproductive area, and she has her kidneys are shot and they're not going to do dialysis. So I think she is getting close to transitioning. And it was a heavy, happy, strange day. So I didn't have time to film last night, this morning. And I just got home, gathered myself, put myself together, and was just like, I feel like pulling cards. I feel like it will lift my spirits. So to start off this reading, I would ask all of you if you could send prayers to my mom's way to her hotel room, to her hospital room, and put your white light all around her bed, all down through her head to her feet. Put your protective energy around her. I was teaching her how to command her space. She's been starting to see people in her room, which I was telling her this is probably angelic guidance, welcoming you. Don't be afraid of it, because she was saying she feels crazy. And I'm like, you're not crazy. This is real. And this is what happens when we get close to transitioning. I pulled one of these cards from my Course in Miracles deck. And I brought my niece Anna with me. And it's so unique because Anna and I went to see my dad in hospice the night that he passed. So it was like Anna and I were like this little, we were little end of life doulas. We went together. We created like a really sacred space in the room for my dad. She got to say her goodbyes, and then I stayed. My sister took her home. My mom went home, and my brother was coming up 45 minutes later to stay the night with my dad. And my dad passed away in those 45 minutes. And I was lucky enough to be there with him. And I had created this portal for him to transition. And it was really beautiful. It was really, really sad. But Anna was with me. And today, Anna just happened to come with me. It was an hour and a half up in PA and in Pennsylvania. And I was driving home going, oh my gosh, I wonder if we are this little duo and we are creating this portal. And I wonder if my mom is going to pass today or tonight or soon. And I don't know, it was just a passing thought. But Anna was in the car with me and she pulled a card and we brought that in. And I gave it to my mom. We left it on her little tray table, and I brought her a rose quartz heart crystal. And I gave that to her to hold anytime she feels scared or feels like she needs to feel a little bit of nature with her, the nature spirit. So it was a very powerful day, unexpected. I was not planning to go there today. It was last minute, but so if you could send prayers to my mom, her name is Julie, and she is a lover of all things butterflies. Anna and I both asked her, we're like, Mom, we're gonna get tattoos of butterflies on us, what color should we get for you? And she was like, so like taken back. And she's like, oh my goodness. And I was like, but we want to hear it from you. Like, what color should we get? And she said, violet. And she had this like cute little robe at the end of her bed, and it was like a soft purple. And she was like, that color. So I think Anna and I, when she passes away, we're going to get butterflies tattooed on us. And now we both feel good asking her what she would have wanted us to get. So now we know violet is the color of her choice. So prayers to her. Let's start off this reading, opening sacred space, calling in my guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Please bless me, bless my cards, bless my viewers. I don't have my Palo Santo right now, so my fingers filled with light are good enough. And I have all of my crystals that can do a quick little clearing. So yes, this is the energy for this week, the reading for this week. It's, what week is this? Gosh, it's the week of the 9th, or today's the 8th. Okay, so let's start with, I feel like this deck is staring at me. I've not used it yet. The Angel Guide Oracle Guidebook by Kyle Gray. He is a famous medium. I think he's from, is he from Scotland? I forget. Ooh, I didn't even see the front of these. How magical are they? Here's an example. This card says manifestation. Okay, let's begin. What do we need to hear, Spirit? I feel so good using this deck. I just got this overwhelming, like, this feels good. This feels invigorating to not be doing the same thing I used to do. Earth and ground, harmony, resolution, honesty, communication. Okay, so we have earth and ground. So somebody is being guided to get yourself out into nature and ground yourself. If you are not being honest, and maybe you're not opening up your throat chakra and sharing with people how you feel, get out into nature and ask your spirit guides, ask your spirit animals, ask for them to come to you when you're sitting out in nature. Ask for them to bring you the words to say. You're nervous. It's almost like this guy's nervous system is completely deeply rooted into the earth. So when you need to ground your nervous system, get out in nature and sit there and imagine that white light. Imagine that white light coming down through the top of your head, down through your body, and really rooting itself into Mother Earth. And you're now attached to that light and you can't waver off of it. When I hear the word grounded, that's what I think of. So if you need answers in your life, get outside and go ground yourself. Harmony and resolution, you'll get your answers. You're going to get that release, that relief. I just heard something's going to set you free. When you get out in nature and you ground yourself, you find yourself in harmony and you get the resolution that you need. You get the answers that you need. And then we have honesty and communication. I like the purple on this card too. Somebody needs to express how they truly feel in regards to a situation. Maybe if a situation just doesn't feel right and you don't know how to say it out loud. Or maybe somebody needs to apologize and really say, like, I'm so sorry that I did that to you, or I'm so sorry that I don't know, it's like a feeling of somebody overlooked you. They didn't see your beauty. I just heard. Look at this woman's beauty. She radiates so much light. And somebody wants to apologize for diminishing your light. They weren't loving themselves in the moment, so they weren't able to see your light because they couldn't see their own light within them. And that's the truth. When we don't love ourselves and when we don't see the beauty within us, or if we're not thinking beautiful thoughts, we're more drawn to not think beautiful thoughts about other people. So if we can't see the light in ourselves, we can't see the light in others. When we see the light in ourselves, then we start to see the beauty and the light in everybody else. And it becomes this like ripple effect. Okay, I just got guided to use the Sword of Light. Wow, that was fast. Here and now, liberation, source of light, or source of life. Okay, here and now, be present. I'm going to read these two as well. I'm going to read from the book. Liberation. This is an awakening energy as well. So when you awaken, you are setting yourself free. You're starting to release every layer of darkness that's within you. And what happens is when we are attracted to certain people or in certain environments that make us rage, that make us people who we're not, we are a match to that. It's almost like it's called a mind mate. I've heard that before, where not a soulmate, it's a mind mate, somebody that you're mating with. And they're a match to your mind. They're not a match to your soul. Your mind holds all your trauma, all your wounds. It's your ego. So each person that we date along the way is usually a mind mate until we break out and become liberated from that layer of our mind. We then have to move on from the partnership because we are elevating, we're evolving, we're no longer a match to the person that we're sitting next to because it's not a part of who we are anymore. We let go of that layer. It's like a snake shedding its skin. And when you shed that skin, you're not really a match now. Your skin's different. It's a different pattern. It's a different color. You're now liberated and set free and you're awake. Your third eye has opened. Your connection to spirit is open. You are like, oh my gosh, I am thinking and feeling things and reaching out to people and seeing animals, and everything is spot on. And you really start to trust your intuition. And you're like, I didn't know I was this gifted. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I just got guided to tell you guys that when I was talking to my mom today, she was telling me that she's been really scared of her dreams. And she was sharing with me what had been happening. And I was like, Mom, I was like, I've had the same dream. We've been literally dreaming the same dream about how we're stuck somewhere and we have to be able to get out. And we end up getting ourselves out. And it's the most simplest move to get out. Like for her, I think she was stuck in bushes and all she had to do was roll over in bed to relieve her suffering. And for me, I was stuck in a room. Men shoved me in a room, and I used my fingernail to go into the keyhole, and I turned it, and I was like, "Ha, suckers!" I was like, "I got myself out." So her and I are having these same dreams where it's symbolic of the mind is what keeps us stuck in suffering, thinking we're suffering. And when we come out of that suffering, and when we heal, and maybe the mind has a trauma wound of abandonment or betrayal or maybe jealousy, like that needs to surface. So you have to attract somebody who will do those things to you to bring up the wound so you can feel it finally for good. And then you release it. And then when you release it, that person gets released too. And then you're free. And now you're this new awakened soul ready for a new mission with new people. And you can only become aware of all of this when you are in the present moment. You have to be, and this is again that same energy. Look where the light's coming in. The light's coming in through his head from source, down through his body, down into earth. So I also just heard through this shedding of a layer and this rebirth, and you're becoming new and liberated, your gifts are now enhancing, and you're realizing that you have to use Mother Earth to tap in, whether it's through crystals, the healing energy. I gave my mama a heart, a rose quartz heart crystal today, which I already think I mentioned, but she's in a hospital room. There's no nature in there. I wanted her to feel like she's still connected, because I know that when we are connected to crystals and plants and things that just feel like nature, even if it's a nature photo, that's going to help us be more present and not get caught up in the mind and in the thoughts that keep us, like our dreams, that keep us in that suffering state, being stuck in a bush or stuck in a room. When we have the key, we have the answer. We don't listen to the mind and we let our soul move us to get out of the bushes or to get out of the room. So you're being guided to not let your mind keep you in suffering. You have a choice. So you have to let go of those mind mates and move on. Okay, now we have the source of life, number 36. This is a beautiful waterfall. There's a man standing at the bottom. There's two hands holding and pouring the water, which is the source of light. And then we have a bird at the top. So you can see how, look at the man at the bottom, see it? He's like being doused and the water's like cascading all over him. And this is the love of source. I like to believe it's the love of source. And it's just, it envelops you. It's just all around you. And when I was praying for my mom, that's what I was hoping you guys would do. Pretend like that's her in her hospital bed. And you guys are just literally sending her energy to help ground her from where she is. And you can do this with your loved ones too. I didn't always believe in sending good energy and understanding, like, does it really get to them? Do they really feel it? They do. 100% they do. So open yourself up to sending people energy and you receiving as well. I just heard somebody needs to open themselves up to receiving love. You've been through so much. It's your time to receive this waterfall. And I just heard a waterfall of abundance, a windfall of money. And I actually had a manifestation come in today, of all days. I received $1,000 out of nowhere, out of thin air. And it was from a family member, just because, literally just because. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I literally had a dream a week and a half ago. I think I tracked it. It's on my desk calendar. I think it was 8 days ago, not a week and a half. It was just 8 days ago. And I saw the numbers in my bank account. It was 1111. So 1,111 and 11 cents. And I was like, man, I should have just added another digit. So it was $1 million. But it was 11, like 1,111.11 cents. And then today I got a check for $1,000. So my dreams are now indicating like what is really coming, and they always have, but now it's getting quicker. So I had the dream 8 days ago, and then I got the money today. And when I pulled a card this morning, it said windfall of money. And then like 2 hours later is when I got the check. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I really, it felt like a gift from the universe, because I've been going through it so much lately in the past 3 or 4 days. So, and with my mom, I'm going into the hospital. It was just like the universe, our angels and guides, they always take care of us when we are in any sort of distress. The right people message us, the right money comes in. It just feels like we have this angelic guidance that is always wanting us to open our arms to receive the good, receive the beauty that's all around you. I still feel guided to read. We're going to read that one, 36. Source of life. I keep saying light, but I guess that's okay. It says, God, the source of all life, is within you and with you and around you at all times. The source of life permeates everything in existence. You can move closer to this divine source simply by holding this awareness that God is everywhere, in everything. Feel yourself held in his love and glow in his light. And I also feel guided to read the liberation card. Liberation. If you have been feeling frustrated by the lack of action and stagnant energy in your life right now, it may be time to reconsider your need for some of your material possessions. Sometimes we tend to focus on accumulating more stuff in order to fill a void within, or to avoid facing our true feelings. Decluttering your living space and spending less time distracting yourself with material possessions can be incredibly liberating and empower you to make important changes in your life for your own well-being. Interesting. So I would have never guessed that this card was an energy of clearing your space and letting go. And I like that I didn't know that, because I was able to read it the way I felt like I got the message coming through. But this is, liberation, source of life. If you want to call in and to know that you're always protected, the universe is always going to provide for you. Sometimes you have to open up space to let it in. And I just heard, let the love in. I know I struggle with that too. When we're conditioned to only experience suffering and pain, it feels wrong to our nervous system to feel true love. It feels foreign, it feels scary, it feels unsettling. Our nervous system literally rejects it. And I deal with that a lot of the time. So I'm still learning to unlearn that and heal that. I had an emergency best session on Saturday with my mentor. She helped clear me of some more traumas from my childhood, which was so nice that I was able to access them. I had forgotten about them, and they resurfaced this week. Wow, we have forgive them. Okay, so just like you're releasing your traumas, and maybe you've done things in your past that you're not proud of, you can understand why people do those things too. They have their own traumas that they're mind mates and they behave a certain way, and they're, maybe they were with a mind mate and they didn't see you and you were right there. I know a lot of my clients go through that, where their special person is there, but they're with somebody else. Like they're so distracted with somebody else and they're not seeing like, hey, they're right here. But that's that wounding. They're attracted to the trauma. They're not attracted to true love. And it feels scary to go that direction, because that's what your nervous system is rejecting, because you haven't released the mind mate. You haven't released the ego. So forgiving that person because they didn't choose you is what you're being called to do. And if you have not released your layers of your ego on a consistent basis, if you're not consistently feeling like these deaths and rebirths, most likely you might be hanging on to a mind mate and you're thinking that you're their person, but they're causing a lot of suffering and pain in your life. And you're like thinking that it's a twin flame and this is just part of the journey. A lot of times it's not. The suffering is you realizing, it's like the dreams my mom and I are having. You're trapped somewhere in this hell and you have the key to get out. And your key is to see it for what it really is. And anytime you're in a situation like that, I always advise people to ask your guides and angels to bring you clarity. Say, angels, please bring me clarity on the situation. Show me the truth. Is my intuition correct? Am I believing? Am I having these feelings and thinking that something's happening? Show me clarity, and the universe will bring it to you. And then you have to be the one to believe it and to take action to cut it out of your life and say, I'm done with this. This is a mind mate. This job is a mind mate. This is not what I want to be doing with my life. I deserve a soulmate. A soulmate is anything that lights your soul up. And for you to be super, super aware, you have to know the difference between the two, which one is your mind drawn to? The mind will cling to something that feels safe, feels easy. What else? It's mostly safety and easy. You know, if it's a job that doesn't really challenge you that much and it pays the bills and it's consistent, that's an easy, safe thing. So it's a mind mate. We're going to stay there. We're not going to challenge ourselves and go into the unknown and start our own business and have the fear of failure or success or judgment, or what will our family think, or what if we don't know when the paycheck is coming in. That would be a soulmate, because you're doing the work that lights your soul up, but the other stuff is kind of the unknown. But that's the right match, because you'll then learn how the universe brings you $1,000 on a Sunday afternoon out of nowhere. And that could be like a week's worth of work, boom, in your lap out of nowhere. So when you learn to stick to your soulmates, not all people, soulmates can be a soul match. It's just whatever matches your soul. Could be a book, could be a workplace, a car. They're all things that your soul wants to gravitate towards. And I just got, you are the sunshine in their life. So just your voice, I heard just your voice lights them up and it invigorates their soul. So we have forgive them. You are the sunshine in their life. Get out in nature, cleanse your energy. These two came out together. So again, with the earth and ground card, get out in nature, cleanse yourself. So I'm going to put them to right on earth and ground. Let me just say, I freaking love this Micah Magic deck. I'm so glad that I was guided to create it with all the messages that are on it. I literally created this deck in 2 hours. It was and it was in like 2 o'clock in the morning. I just couldn't sleep, and something just took me over and was like, I'm going to create this. Okay, your desires are coming this week. Co-create your days. So this is kind of like every morning when you wake up, what are you asking the universe for? Every night when you go to bed, what are you imagining? I kept imagining myself receiving money. I kept counting my play money every single night before bed. And I do believe that this is why money comes out of thin air for me. I have a belief system that says I don't have to work for money. I can take 2 weeks off from doing all client sessions. I can just create content and money will show up. I have that belief deep within me, and I see it reoccurring in my life. And I know that's why I got that $1,000 today. There's no reason why I should have gotten that $1,000, and it came in out of nowhere. So co-create your days, decide what you want and believe it to be true. Somebody's desires are coming this week. Oh, my sister. I was telling her that my mom has been seeing things and she's a little nervous. And my sister Julie just put, today was the day 2 years ago that Keith and me came to see Dad. My dad passed away 2 years ago on Thursday. This day, it's October 12th, is his anniversary of his passing. And my dad was starting to see things and seeing people in his room. And he's starting to say things that were on the TV and weren't really there. And she just put, with me to see Dad, and we were watching MLB baseball, and he was saying things were coming out of the TV, and she put a sad face. So I think this is confirmation that my mama might be transitioning. I can't say it. Confirmation again, transitioning soon. And I was crying before I started this reading, and I wanted to gather myself. I didn't want to hop on here crying, but I can just feel it. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope she has more time with us, but I also don't want her suffering. Within 2 weeks, Don't know if that's a message for me or for you guys, but we're just going to go with it and we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. Let's keep going. And then we're going to do my Spirit Song Tarot. We have released the past. This is the mind mate. You're letting go of the people that have kept you in suffering, the job, the places that have kept you in suffering. I also just heard in the next 3 months, wow. Free your mind mates. Holy shit, you guys. Free your mind. This is exactly what we were talking about. When you let go of the suffering and you choose happiness and joy, that's when your freedom comes in. Make a plan to save money and more will come in. So when I just heard when somebody lets go and they cleanse their home, right? That energetic clearing of that one card we got, the liberation, and you make an energetic plan to maybe pay off debt, maybe to pull money from retirement to save in a different way, or maybe pull the money from retirement to pay off the debt and then save the money. A motorcycle just went by, confirmation. So you're making a plan. You are releasing the past. You're letting go of stuck energy in your home. You're letting go of the mind mates, the job, the people. You're making a plan to do all of this so you can move on with your life. And that's when your desires show up. Because you've cleared energetic space. When you free your mind and your ego is no longer running the show, you attract quicker because you're not in the state of fear or worry, or I don't know how this is going to happen. And your ego tries to drive your car, tries to take the wheel and force all of these things to happen. And the universe is like, they are not going to attract anything in that energy. So we're not going to bring them anything in that energy. So that's why it's harder for people to manifest when they're in their mind. So you first have to free your mind, which is releasing the things that are in the way of your manifestations. So that could look like you waking up every single day going, okay, let me list everything that annoys me and let me remove it today. Let me get rid of it, or keep my distance, or see it differently, or go to a healing session to help me overcome it. And when you do that, now you're getting all the crap out of the way. So your vibration can be high and you can be joyful and you cannot let certain things rock you. Me going to see my mom today and knowing that it could be the last time that I ever see her, that I'm not going to let that rock me. And that's my sister's text again, as I was just talking about my mom, but I'm not going to let this situation rock me and stop me from doing my readings that I love for all of you. I want to keep going. I'm not going to let my mind tell me that I have to stay sad. I can still be sad and I can still do this. We can be it all. And if you don't have the energy to do certain things, and that's the thing you have to honor. If you wake up one day and you're like, oh, work is so draining, take a day off and just let your vibration rise by resting. And that's when things start to shift. And I don't give this advice to be like, and then something will come, and then something will come. I give this advice because I want you to enjoy your life. Like looking at my mom right now, she's nearing the end, and she was just like, they just feed me, they wash me, and I'm just here. And she's like, I don't know what to do with myself. And she struggles to speak and she can't really read. Her eyes are getting bad. So she's just laying there. And like, I don't know. It makes me appreciate every little thing. So we're not going to just want to be here to manifest. We want to be here to love. We want to be here to experience. We want to be here to get out of our house and go do things with people and say, I love you before it's too late, and spend time with your loved ones. Like I told my mom, I'm like, can I sleep in that bed next to you? And I can just like be with you all night so you're not scared. All peace and healing. The star, we have a swan, the star energy in the tarot. The star energy is all about a healing energy. It could also mean your every hope, your every wish, your every dream is meant to become your reality. So you're wishing upon a star and you're seeing it come to fruition. And this is all about peace and healing. Oh, sorry, my other sister is texting me now about details about all of this. I'm going to pause real fast so I can respond to them. BRB. All right, we are back. Let's get another card from the Spirit Song Tarot. What do we need to hear for this week? Oh, it's a cute kangaroo. 2 of crystals, balance and adaptability. All right. We are bouncing our way through this week. You're learning to balance your ability to handle emotional stress. That's what I just heard. Somebody out there is very, very overwhelmed, and you're learning to kind of take things as they come and not overthinking anything. It's like I just saw a kangaroo like hopping once and that's enough. Hopping a second time when they're ready and that's enough again. So he's not incessantly hopping, he's just going one at a time. So you're balancing and you're figuring out, how does this feel right now? I'm gonna tune into my body. Do I want to go spend time in nature or do I want to go to work? And you're balancing your life with self-care. I just heard that people, I also think earlier I said something about in the next 3 months. In the next 3 months, there's going to be a collective shift of lots of people transitioning into a healthier lifestyle. They're going to wake up and they're just going to start eating better. They're going to wake up and they're going to start taking supplements. They're going to wake up and they're going to start moving their body and meditating. And this is a gradual change of being able to adapt to your environment and what's happening around you, and maybe even leaving. Maybe this person's leaving their environment because you're realizing that you're not a match anymore. After my healing session on Saturday with my mentor, we were talking about how the sessions that I get are called BEST, bioenergetic synchronization technique. And the purpose is so that for the rest of my life, I can be free from any people, places, or things that have left me with some sort of trauma. So we do this nervous system work so that when I'm in the same environment where the trauma happened, I am free and I don't feel anything. Or when I'm with somebody who's hurt me from my past or is currently hurting me, or they currently trigger my energy, we then do a session on it. And then I can go be around that person again and I feel nothing. So it all starts in the nervous system. You can't just think your way out of those things. It has to be released by the body. And the body normally only releases it when it feels safe and when it's ready. And we can't always force it. Like my sessions, they're not forced. We allow my guides and angels to speak to my mentor and to speak to me and to feel what's right for that day. Like I healed 6 or 7 different traumas yesterday, but they weren't the ones I had on my list when I was going there. So different things come up for healing, and it's what my body was calling me to heal in that moment. So I feel like that's what this is understanding that if you're feeling triggered in your life by certain people, places, or things, or maybe you're going through a really tough breakup or a heartbreak, and maybe a loss, like me experiencing my mom. And who knows, she might have like another 6 months in her. We all don't know, but we have to treat it gently, and we have to balance and we have to adapt to what is happening in our life. This says adaptability and balance. So you're handling the tough situations. Maybe you're dealing with 4 or 5 tough different situations all at once, and you're juggling all these balls and you can't balance them. You can this week. This week, you're going to shock yourself. You're going to be so proud and see how far you've come, and that all the healing work that you have been doing is preparing you to be around these people, to be in these environments and not feel that same icky energy that you felt prior. Okay, let's do the ever unfolding heart. Quick shake up. Anyone needs to clear their head, I feel guided to teach this right now. If you guys feel any kind of heaviness around your head throughout the day, or maybe you get a quick headache out of nowhere, a lot of times it might be because you have an energy on you. I always just like to scratch my scalp and kind of move the energy off of me. And then I take my hair and I shake it out. And usually that clears any kind of like heaviness that we feel in our head. So I just got guided to do that because I felt a heaviness. All right, let's see what else we need to hear for this week. Your angels have been trying to communicate with you through angel numbers. They are telling you you are in the flow. Heck yes. So when you're seeing these angel numbers, I just made a video. I will place a card here on this video to go watch it. I just made a video about signs and how to really understand more of what do these numbers mean? Like, what does it mean when I'm seeing 7s? What does it mean when I'm seeing 4s? And I always like to teach that pay attention to what you're thinking about when you're seeing them. What is your vibration like? It's like a quick check-in. You see the number, check in with yourself. What was I thinking? How was I feeling? Am I eating something bad? Am I being rude? Am I judging somebody? And it's a quick little, let's get back on the path. And if you're feeling amazing and you say it, now you know that you've attracted it and the universe is like, something great is coming because you've been in the flow and you're feeling good. Heck yes. Okay. Okay. Polar bear, a miracle is on the way. Open your arms. So we have a miracle card and then polar bear. You are being called to mother yourself. Protect your energy or protect yourself. Play a little more. Nurture your belly with yummy food. Be the mama bear you deserve. And the polar bear is my spirit animal. I have little polar bear figurines. I have plates that have polar bears on them. I just love them for some reason. I always feel like they've been my connection with Micah. My daughter. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, connect your energy to mine, like this video right now. But I had a daughter and she passed away in 2012 from a muscle disorder at 6 weeks old. And ever since her passing, I remember walking through a TJ Maxx and I found this cute little figurine polar bear. And I was like, I don't know why I need to buy this, but I need to buy it. It made no sense. I had no connection to polar bears before. And then certain things would come across my path and I just felt guided to buy them. And I was like, maybe this will make sense later. I didn't understand why. And then I have a little dish in my makeup drawer with all of my mascaras and tweezers and stuff, and it's a polar bear. So this is all about being a mom and mothering yourself, reparenting yourself, knowing that you are also supported by Mother Mary, I just heard. So before this miracle arrives, your angels are saying, pay attention, because they're going to send you the angel numbers. So start to track that. When the miracle arrives, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I knew that was coming because I got all these signs prior to. And then as it arrives, you're going to thank Mother Mary and you're going to mother yourself and be like, okay, I called this in. This miracle is literally because I've been working on my vibration. I've freed my mind. I learned how to balance the tough things in life. It's like you're mastering. I just had this vision of somebody like being super successful, arms in the air, like, I did it. I overcame the mind. I didn't let it keep me with my mind mates. I chose myself. I moved myself away from certain things. I didn't run from the job, the person, the place, or the thing, because I knew and now know that I can be around anybody and not be triggered. I am a force to be reckoned with. I am strong. I am grounded. I know how to control my energy and work with source. This is major, like, holy cow. I just feel such a surge right now of somebody who's just kicked ass at their spiritual journey. It's almost like you graduated. You're now in the 4D or the 5D. You have graduated. And that's what the miracle is. The miracle is not a silly material possession. This is ultimate spiritual evolution. Your soul literally completed the mission that you came here to do. Mission complete. Now you can relax and have fun. And now you can teach others. I just heard you can teach others how to do it. Okay, I just got guided to say that these are the last 3 cards. The frog, the lamb, the gazelle. All animal cards. I love this. The frog says, you are overworked. It is time to take a break, cleanse your energy, take a bath, which I'm going to do next. Sit by the ocean, book a trip, give yourself permission to do nothing. You deserve it. And this is exactly what people do when they complete their soul's mission. They go on a vacation. The miracle comes. The trip arrives. My trip to Hawaii is totally going to be dropping in anytime now. I can just feel it. I've been manifesting that for some of you that may not have seen my other videos. The Lamb card. A message is coming to you. Keep your ears open. The universe uses children, strangers, and music to deliver them. Be on the lookout for texts and emails. So this could be you let go of a mind mate, and then a soulmate comes in, or your twin flame, whatever you like to believe in. Because you overcame the mind and what it was, the trauma bond that it was drawn to, you let it go, and now you can receive the ultimate unconditional love that you came here to experience. But you could not be with that person or that job or that mission work until you let go of the mind, the trauma bond, something that was bonding you to something else or someone else because it felt good. because that's what you grew up around. And then we have the gazelle. Observe your surroundings. What or who is draining your energy? Take inventory and then take fast action to pull your energy back. And this is also like what I described too with my best sessions. The purpose is to become aware that a certain situation is triggering you, right? A person is triggering you, a situation, you're feeling the tension in your body, you go get a treatment for it, you sit in a meditation, you allow space for the trigger to come up, you ask your body, what is this? It tells you what it is. You're upset, your inner child is freaking out because maybe you were betrayed in the past, or maybe you were abused, abandoned, neglected, and now you're experiencing that same neglect, abandonment, abuse right now in your adult body. You pay attention to the inner child, and you give it space to be there, and you feel it, and you love him or her, and you tell them it's okay. We welcome this pain. We felt it in our past, and now we need to refeel it again so that we can release it from this nervous system. We're going to get it off of our spine and our chakra system. We're clearing out the muck, and now we're free. And now when we get out into the world, we're going to be drawn to people who are not a match to that same betrayal, dishonesty, the muck. You're not going to be attracted to them. You're going to be attracted to the pure light, the unconditional love, the people that want to help you. They're not going to question you or make you question your reality. They're going to be down for you. And then the gazelle says, observe your surroundings. I know I already read this, but what or who is draining your energy? Take inventory, then take fast action to pull back your energy. And I feel like I was guided to reread this because there's a message in here to also look at, what are you doing that is draining your own energy? You might still be doing habits that don't make you feel good. What foods are you still putting in your body that you know you shouldn't be eating? And sometimes if we don't know what foods are doing what, a good fast will help you figure that out. So do like a 2-day water fast, maybe just drink coffee and water, right? Check in with your doctor before you do it if you feel like you have any kind of conditions. But a 2-day water fast is a great way to reset your digestive tract, give your body a break from digesting food. And then you get to see, all right, when I bring back in this food item, how does my body feel 2 hours later? Then I eat something else. And then I think about, how am I feeling 2 hours later? And you start to track what is activating a low vibration inside of you. And a low vibration might feel like you just want to cry out of nowhere. You feel heavy, you feel lethargic, you just want to sleep for no reason. That is a low vibrational food. And when you figure out what's draining your energy, which could just be the food you're eating, that is half the battle. And like I said, the next 3 months, and I think I burped the last time I said it too. Excuse me. Okay, that was 3 burps in a row. This message you all need to hear. So in 3 months, we're all going to be activated to eat healthier. The second 3 months, we're all going to be activated to start meditating more and to start to awaken more. And then the last 3 months is like mission work. Now, once we've gotten our physical body healthy, now we're getting our mind space healthy by meditating. And now it's our spirit body. Our soul is being activated to do our mission. So for the next 9 months, there's going to be this huge transition into you getting into your soul's mission. And some of us are already there, but we're going to still experience these 9 months. Like, we're still going to elevate and be even more healthier. And we're going to meditate even more. And we're going to maybe dive into a different way to do our mission work. If you're already on your mission, you might be unlocking new levels and discovering more of what you came here to do. And I just heard with who you came here to do it with. So once you release your mind mates, now you're going to be drawn to people. And I just got guided to use the Kyle Gray deck again. You're going to be guided to certain people that are going to help you along your mission. Maybe you're going to do it together. Final card, ease and grace. And once you get to that state in the next 9 months, it's going to be a flow state. He is totally in the flow. Everything is effortless. He understands the process. He is rested. He's chilling there. He's balanced. He's literally bouncing on one leg. He's got the flow of the universe at his hands. He knows it's all about giving and receiving. We are all extensions of God. This will be my final message. If you guys can think of God as a tree or maybe a person, like think about God as like a person, a body, and we are all extensions. So we're all his fingers, his toes, his legs, his arms. So that means you and I are connected. If I'm the thumb, that means you're the pointer finger, somebody else is the middle finger, somebody else is the ring finger, somebody else is the toe. So if I hurt you, you're connected to me. So that means I'm hurting myself. So when we are connected and in the flow with source, we learn to not be negative to ourselves and to other people because it hurts us and it hurts God and source and the universe. It goes against our being. It's not who we are. When we are thinking thoughts that are of judgment, comparison, criticism, we are in the mind. You have not freed your mind yet. The ego has you on that loop. So when you can become aware of the ego and free your mind, now you're in this energy. You are connected. You're one of the fingers connected to source, and you are living out that white light energy, and you're letting it travel through you to do your mission over here. I'm doing my mission over here. But if I start hating on you doing your mission, that hurts me because I'm connected to you. So we have to all be working in unison and together to get our planet to ascend and to evolve and to raise more light on our planet and to really make a change here. So that was a really strange analogy with the fingers. Hopefully that makes sense. But when you hate somebody else, you are hurting yourself. You're going against your true nature. This whole body is love. The universe is love. So you are an extension of it. So is everybody else. If they are not acting in love, it is not your job to smush them because that hurts us. That hurts the collective energy. So your job is just to witness them doing whatever they're doing and pray for them. And you turn the energy back on you and you focus on you. Okay. And yes, everybody is a part of the body. Even people that do really, really bad things, they are a part of us. They're connected to us. And it's a temporary disconnection that they feel in their body because that's why they're doing the bad thing, is because they're not really connected internally, but deep down, we're all connected. We're all one. So we have to find that flow and understand that we are vessels and we're meant to be using the source energy to deliver our messages and to give and receive, give and receive. So no matter what somebody has done, we forgive them. All people, okay? Final message, forgive them. Anybody that has hurt you, go get your nervous system work done. Heal yourself because you're a part of them. So we want to work on ourselves so that we can act, and actually we could activate them by us working on ourselves. That can activate them to level up too. So there's a huge job that we have on our planet to work on ourselves and our own soul's growth because we're affecting everybody when we do it. All right, such a good message to end on. I'm sending you guys so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you so much for watching this far, for supporting my channel and me, and I will see you again for our midweek reading. All right, lovies, peace out.